There we go.
I have no idea how far behind the delay is, but based on the Twitch app, it is a minute or two behind at this point.
Oh my goodness, the delay is that long? How many people do we still have?
About 10.
Okay, so there's still 10 of you still. I'm so sorry that the delay is so long.
I don't. I'm at Undertaker and AJ Styles on Twitch stream.
Oh my goodness. That's crazy.
It might also be because I'm watching on mobile, and mobile might be further behind desktop.
Oh, that's fair. Because I thought normally it was only like 7 seconds or something like that.
But who knows right now? Twitch might also be throttling it back to help their own stuff.
That's true.
Because they can buffer their own things.
Oh God! But God, that man had a family.
Oh, JR.
Oh yes, yes indeed.
No, he's still announcing pro wrestling.
He is still JR is still in fact announcing pro wrestling. For AEW actually, which is one of WWE's big competitions these days. It is quite crazy. All right, there we go. I had a little bit of the hand that I missed. And then I think I missed this complete underside of the arm and there. All right, cool. So we're going to let that dry for a little bit. And we're going to come back to this top portion. Oh, it's a great storyline. No, so I really hope that WWE ends up. Sorry, I saw chat and everything. Chat's catching up with me, so and I apologize about a little bit of silence there. So going back to the both the Firefly Funhouse match and also the Boneyard match, it was something that WWE was experimenting because they can't have the live audience and everything. I think it was great. I would love to see a whole lot more of that kind of stuff. Like, not super often because I don't want it to get overdone and everything, but I feel like they have to do something to focus more on the talking aspect of their show a little bit, to help balance the fact that their matches, while still very good, just sometimes don't have the energy. Although I do have to say, props to what is their names? Not Private Party. What is their names?
Street Profits.
Street Profits. I keep forgetting. The Street Profits. So props to the Street Profits last night because they were so excited, despite the fact that no one was in the audience. Like, no one was there to like give them energy and be hyped with them, because that's their, part of their whole gimmick. Their whole gimmick is like they're party guys. They're hyped to be there, and it works really well. They're very good at doing that, and it's fun. And it was interesting to see them come down, because at first I was like, oh man, there's no one there to like be excited with them, but they just kept at it. And honestly, it did really lift the mood, because just before that, we had a very long and grueling match that really brought the energy like down, because it was like 30 minutes of these two dudes beating each other up throughout the arena. It was two other old men killing each other. It was Edge, who's now back in wrestling because he made his great comeback. I'm so sorry that he didn't have a crowd pop to see him there for WrestleMania this year. But you know what? Next time it's fine. And Orton had a great, their match was very good. It was a little long. I think it was too long. I think like 20 minutes would have sufficed. 15 would have probably been better. But I get it. They wanted to have this long, grueling, drawn-out story of these two friends fighting. And it did work very, very well. But it was exhausting to watch. Because they were exhausted by the end of it. Hopefully this is not... Okay, I am pulling a little too much paint. Hold on, we're gonna have to pull that away a little bit. All right, this is the thing that I was a little worried about, of getting too much paint into the grooves. So I'm gonna try speckling it.
Your brush is in the camera.
Sorry, I just
moved the thing away. You're still well within the picture over there.
Okay, how's that?
Yeah.
Okay, hopefully I can do this well and not completely lose all that orange that I put on. I'm just gonna do a light brushing. Okay.
You might, it's organic. You want some bleed in this.
Yeah, no, that's true. I do want a little bit of bleed in between. Now this is kind of working how I wanted it to. Because I want a little bit of the orange to still be there in certain places, but I want it to primarily be purple on the top. So, okay, sorry, but back to what I was saying about the match. The Orton and Edge match. So it went really, really long. And then after that, they had this great match between two tag teams, and one of them was the Street Profits. And they just did such an excellent job bringing the energy back up, despite the fact that there was literally no one in the arena, so there was no one to be hyped with them. What? These? There was literally no one to be hyped for them. They even got the other guys, so like they basically for like a minute, one of them was just like WrestleMania, and just was yelling WrestleMania over and over again in the most hyped manner. And what his opponent ended up doing it at some point as well. Ooh, what is this?
I recommend using that on top after you dry brush off your paint.
Ooh, yes. Okay, so John just gave me a layer paint, which might work better since these seem to be having a little bit of trouble with the contrast paint. This, I think, will be a good substitute purple for what I'm going to be using. So I'll be dry brushing that on top, and then I will probably do an even lighter dry brush afterwards as a highlight of this lighter purple. Good call on that by him, so we will use those in a bit. But I need a little bit more of this Wraith Bone paint in the meantime, because I need to still pull some of this other paint away. But yeah, it was a super good match. Gwen, I think you would really, really like it. Jeff probably would too, absolutely.
When it's available,
we will send it to you guys, because it's really cool. It's a great storytelling piece, and the Firefly Funhouse is even more so. The Boneyard match, I think, is...
The Boneyard match is what everyone was expecting WWE to do.
Yeah, the Boneyard match was what everybody was expecting WWE to do, in a good way, in regards to this. And it worked out very, very well. The Firefly Funhouse match was... I didn't expect them to go where they went, despite the fact that somebody in the wrestling community actually did book a lot of what they did. Bray, though, took it to the next level, and it just was so good. I don't know. I would really... And for anybody that does end up watching it in chat, for the Firefly Funhouse, unless you are familiar with John Cena's career, especially, and his involvement with his opponent in this, like his early career, some of the stuff that they talk about may or may not make sense. It doesn't really matter. It's still funny, though. Like, regardless of that, I still think the bit is hilarious. It's super just, like, surreal, which is awesome. And WWE has this great thing where they always try to let some of those characters be supernatural, and they maintain that really well with both of these two matches that they did. And that was the really exciting thing about it, and why I really hope that they do more, even once the quarantine is lifted and they can have audiences again. Because I just thought it was a really unique evolution of the storytelling that you can do for wrestling, and which is silly and also very, very cool. So we're going to keep dry brushing this. Get it kind of heavier in some places than others.
I am responding to some questions in chat.
Okay.
Only because I think we are so separated by video delay on mobile at least.
Uh-huh.
that. I don't know how long until we'll like actually answer them.
Okay. So in case people are wondering and you don't hear me specifically answer some of your questions from chat, we think that there's a really, really big delay gap, or gap in the delay between...
Yeah, I've already said it.
Okay. So he's probably explained it to you in chat. So if you don't hear me specifically answer your questions, make sure that you're paying attention to that, as John will be answering some of those with me, or for me.
I am the voice of Games of Berkeley.
For he is the voice of Games of Berkeley on this day. All right, so I think that's pretty good. I think that is a good brushing of the lighter tone back on there, and we're going to move on to the purple actual color that we want on top and see how this goes.
Let it dry first.
I probably should let it dry for a little minute though.
Can you do? What are you gonna do on the bottom, if anything?
I'm gonna do the orange, so I'm gonna go ahead and do. We're gonna start while this is drying. I'm gonna start putting some orange down here. I think this is a clean brush. Yes, it is. Excellent.
Let me know if you get brush clean.
I could actually. Well, no, I'm about to do orange, so that's fine because that's orange water.
Very good.
Excellent, eh? Oh. Probably should add the medium because I keep forgetting. I just keep hoping that the contrast paint's going to do what I expect it to because that's what it normally does.
Well, this is a good learning experience.
It is.
I bet if we paint the Wild West, we're going to learn the same problem.
Oh yeah, I bet. So we have these cool miniatures from Wild West Exodus, which is another war game that we have the I think we have a 2-player starter set on sale in the store for it. It's a really cool skirmish, more skirmish style, but set in sort of a steampunky Wild West setting. And I got a couple of their sets at Gen Con. What was it, last year? Give me one moment. I need to drink some Gatorade. Powerade, whatever. I need to drink some blue fluid.
Is that what turns your hair purple?
It is, in fact, what turns my hair purple. It's not the fact that I have to dye it like regularly to, maintain that at all. Not at all. We are going to do this now. Get you back in camera. I apologize if you hear my cat crying in the background. I have not fed her yet. But we are feeding them now. John is doing it for us. For they are the most hungry of cats. And are very not fed ever. As they will tell you. Literally every day. That is working a smidge better now that we've added that contrast medium in. I need to remember to do that. I am probably going to do something interesting with the base. I bought a couple of like mushroom packs from a company called, it's either Secret Weapon or Cromlech, I think is what it's called. It starts with a K. It's from Europe somewhere. I can't remember specifically. I'll look it up at some point, and if I use it on the base, I will make a note of it and everything. But I got these cool bits, basically, they're labeled as goblin mushrooms, like goblin forest mushrooms. And I was thinking of putting her on a base because I don't think I have the little mushroom guys that I think are designed to go with this figure. Like if you were doing a mushroom themed campaign, Reaper has her, as well as a couple of other, like 2 different sets, I think, of mushroom guys that you can put with her. But I don't think I bought any of those ones. So I have the small bits that are the mushrooms, and I'm going to think about cleaning those up. And when I base her, I might add them to her base just to have some additional growths around her to make it look like she's kind of like continuing to walk out of this like swarm of mushrooms. And I think that'll be fun, and then that way I can play around with maybe doing some of the other color options that I thought that she could have been in on those, and do some, you know, neat variety there. But I think that should be pretty fun. Or I might put crystals with her. I haven't decided. I also have these like unpainted crystals. I also have some the Reaper purple crystals that they have that came from the Bone line. So that could also be kind of interesting for the base. But we'll see. I haven't decided yet. I won't decide that or do anything with that until probably much later, after she's been painted and everything. But it might be a little nice side project to finish up. Yeah, that's definitely a cat. Definitely a cat. Might also be an orc. But could be cat. That is, yes, Cromlech. Yes, that is the, I think the mushrooms that I have are from Cromlech, not Secret Weapon, but I could be wrong. I have bits from both companies. But I think the mushrooms will be really cool with her. But I don't know, the crystals are also really cool. I can show you. I think I have, nope, never mind. I thought I had them over off to the side behind me, but I must have moved them somewhere. So I will not try to find them, as I must stay on camera. It is very important. And paint. Paint and paint and paint and paint and paint. Oh, can you check chat? Did Chris ever tell us what the 50-piece WizKids set was? Like they may have, and I just may have missed it.
I'm looking.
Thank you.
I'm painting the 50-piece villager set from WizKids with texture, but I have nowhere to take them. That's all he said.
Oh, okay. Nice. I realized that my hand might have been blocking the camera there for a little while. I'm so sorry.
It was fine. Also,
yes.
here are those mushrooms if you were interested.
Oh, nice. Are you putting it on screen or something?
Yep.
Nice. So John right now is putting those mushrooms on screen that I was talking about. The ones from Cromlech. I have
Forest mushrooms.
I have the small ones.
Yep.
Yeah, because they also have these really big ones, which would be very cool with her. I have those. They're at the store, and I don't have them at home. Because I haven't bought them yet. But yeah, those ones are also really cool. But yeah, I think the little mushrooms, I think I'll build those up around her. Maybe I'll mix the crystals in with it, or like do something else with that. I don't know. All right, I'm going to finish this side. Oops, sorry, off camera. Very silly.
All right. Turn up your lights.
Okay.
One moment, folks.
One moment, folks. Just going to be turning up my lights. Although I guess you guys can still hear me because I am mic'd appropriately. How's that?
That's good.
How is that? Can you all see me better now? Yay! Oops. Oh my goodness.
What have you done?
Oh, I got my hair stuck in my glasses because that is like the worst thing about glasses, in my opinion. Is getting my hair stuck in them. Yeah, no, but it's the big set with the blacksmith like forge that has the little light in it. Is that the one? Like that was specifically what I was trying to figure out. Okay, yeah, I think so. That's really cool. I love that set. That is an awesome set. Sorry, I have a blanket to keep my legs warm because it's a little chilly. And I had to bend down and get it because I had dropped it. Alrighty.
Is there any way I could convince you to hold that more in the center? In the center.
Here?
Yeah, the center squares.
Okay. Sorry. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to keep bringing it off camera. Oh, I'm telling them. Because I don't know if they can always hear you. At one point in the chat, they said sometimes they can, sometimes they can't. My goodness. I find it interesting that they gave her this, like, piece that's coming down as if it's the back end of, like, a dress, like, with a tail and everything, and then yet they exposed her butt. This is an interesting choice.
They're giving you the best of both the butt and the, like, flamenco dress.
They are, I guess they are giving us the best of both the butt and the flamenco dress. That is true. It's just a thing that I noticed about miniatures sometimes, and it's quite silly. Man, this contrast paint does actually pop these like little grooves and make them look a little bit less like a giant mess.
I mean, that was the perfect point, right?
Yeah, no, that is true. That is the point.
I can't wait to fight and kill her in D&D.
I mean, that would be really cool. I think.
Why else she exists other than for us to slay her?
I mean, most of these miniatures
Oh
exist.
God, you just threw her on the ground.
I did. Well, I slew her. She has been slain.
Fair point. Fair play.
All right, so for these ones, I'm going to do something a little bit different because they're kind of a slightly different type of mushroom. So I'm not going to fully paint them yet.
Pink.
Ooh, pink might be good. I might do like the Vulpus pink.
Yeah.
My favorite, one of my growing favorite paints from the contrast line. Been using it a lot lately.
Or going organic with it.
What do you mean?
Gilliman flesh.
I could do the Gilliman flesh there.
I'm just thinking like you do something weird there to make it stand out.
Maybe. Well, I mean, the pink would still stand out.
The pink is the same.
I also am just very into doing really bright color palettes right now.
That's fair.
I mean, if you guys haven't checked out my like chain rasp painting, it is also pink and super, super bright, so I'm clearly on a kick.
There's girls, you have to make everything Warhammer pink now.
I do. All things must always be pink.
Because you're a girl.
Because I'm a girl. That is the way the world works. Or something. I just think it's a cool color.
Technically, it's not.
I mean, technically, it's not a cool color. It's a warm color, but like we're not talking color theory right now.
But we are sitting literally underneath your art degree, man.
It is up there, my art degree. Look at me use it to paint with like 2 colors. As I throw her again. Sorry, I'm trying to be a little... Actually, I should probably switch brushes. Don't be a fool, Angela. Switch your brush. Use what's appropriate. Let's get this. The chain rasp came out very nice. I am very happy with it. Thank you so much for liking it. I also... And saying nice things. I appreciate it, you guys. It is always great to hear. But no, I think it came out pretty well. They're also really just like, there's a lot of diversity with those ones. So despite the fact that like that one's pink, I can do other ones in a bunch of different colors and it should be really fun. Oh my goodness, what is happening in the music? Were you being a DJ?
Yes.
Amazing.
I'm done.
Excellent. There we go. We'll just kind of blend that in and make it look like just transitions kind of naturally. I'll probably use a little bit more of the teal to sort of mix it in and bleed it down a little bit, honestly. Yeah, absolutely. How's that? Is that better? You guys see that a little better? Excellent. Awesome. Stupid settings, son. How dare it?
Right.
Don't you know I need you? That's why there's a window off to the side. Alright. Darkening around the bottom a little bit here. Thinking of doing maybe a little bit of a gradient of actually letting some of the orange, like on this outermost edge, actually just be all orange.
Hi, Jesse.
Oh my god, Jesse! Hello! Welcome to chat. I have been painting a fungus.
It's Among Us.
It's Among Us.
After you do that, I want to see the purple slide to the top.
Yeah, no. So after I'm done with this layer here, I am going to be doing the purple. I just wanted to move that paint around and then spread it to this side that I hadn't gotten to yet. But then after that, we're going to go on to the purple because that'll be more fun. Heck yeah! Alright. We are done with her for now.
Do you think Jesse is like swollen with puns?
Probably.
Or do you think Diana is ready to kill him?
Oops, I'm so sorry. I was trying to dry my brush and I bumped into the camera again. At least I've only done that twice. I was worried that I was going to do it like 20 times. And be a real pain in the ass. Family store.
You heard a donkey, it's fine. Alright. I'm coming over to watch this one, so I'm curious.
Alright, here we go.
This is purple first.
Purple,
first.
this is the darker purple first.
You have to get it spread out a bit.
Oh no, I am. I'm just going lightly because I don't want to get too deep into the grooves.
Don't circles up and down. If you do circles, you'll get into the grooves more.
Oh, that makes sense.
What do you think?
I think I like it. I actually kind of like the spottiness even. Because I think it's working and then I can layer up the purple.
I think so, yeah.
And you guys tell me in the chat, what do you think? How's the purple looking when it gets to you?
Right now on camera, I will say in the most part where you started, it's a little dark.
Uh-huh.
But I think that's okay.
Yeah, I don't mind it being dark in certain areas.
I would almost take a smaller dry brush.
Yeah, and do some...
more centralized areas.
Okay. I think maybe doing a smaller... Oop, damn it. I need to move this. Since I've, like, hit the camera now twice, I clearly need to move.
You don't want to lose those big orange, like, gaps.
Yeah, no, I agree. Well, thankfully, I also can go back in and fill them in with a little bit more orange if I need to. Yeah. Because I have these, like, very nice, super tiny brushes that I can go in and, like, do some finer fills later. But I do think using a smaller dry brush is going to be a better idea. I don't know if I have... I have this super tiny one. Do you think that?
Yeah, use that.
Okay, so I'm going to use this super tiny dry brush instead.
Because what I would say is then what you can do is like concentrate
Mm-hmm.
on like a region at a time.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So we're going to concentrate on a region at a time. Try to get a bit more controlled. Yeah, that's working better, I think, already.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice.
That way I think it's a little more painted through the circle.
Yes, I agree. Oh yeah, no, this is looking cool. Getting that second color on there really starts to make it...
I am going to say it looks better in real life than it does on camera.
Oh, does it not look super great on camera?
It's getting better.
Okay, good. It's a process. You gotta work with it. Uh-huh.
This is so much darker than the surrounding area.
Uh-huh.
In real life, it's not that much different.
Yeah, no, it's really not.
As someone said, it's kind of looking like a fungus.
Good, good. Well, I mean, like, it is a... Oops, god damn it. That time it was my hand and I punched it.
You have sworn like 3 times in a row now.
It's late. I'm tired.
Yeah, it is. 7:30.
I've been doing a lot of stuff all day. Not as much stuff as you've been doing, as you've been actually, you know, working a job and stuff.
I was more like, I was awake 2 hours before you.
That is also true.
Yeah.
But I have done a lot today and I'm tired. Also, having all these bright lights on me is tiring.
Is that right?
No, not really. I do sometimes stop seeing things, though.
That's not good. Blindness is normally a bad sign.
It's not blindness, I just unfocus. Because I'm like, oh, I'm working in this one spot. I'm just going to keep working in this one spot and zone out a little bit.
You know, they say loss of eyesight is a sign of growth.
Oh no. Well, I'm doomed then. Super doomed. How is chat doing? Good. I am glad that you guys are enjoying. I'm actually very, like, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little worried. I was like, this is not looking super great. I'm looking super amateur here in front of all of my friends and coworkers and stuff, and it's gonna be terrible. But it's actually coming along, I think, quite well. It's just going to be, like, I do think I need to do the more controlled areas, so it might take me a little bit longer because you know, it's a large surface and I want to have more control, but I think it'll be worth it for sure.
Yeah. This is one you're definitely going to want to wash.
Yeah, and I will definitely wash it, which will help pop those grooves as well. I think I'm going to wash it with the, I have the red color that I've used in a couple of my painting videos, actually. It's this really deep sort of reddish, leaning very subtly towards purple, and I think it'll complement with this orange and purple color scheme really well. It'll make it a little red, but not too bad. And I don't mind that. I don't mind it being a little more red. Trying to follow the like grooves of the way that the panels flow specifically, as opposed to going against them, just to get a smoother fill without going into the grooves too much.
I have something to say about your color scheme.
Yes.
Remy Tim.
Oh no. Well, I'll have to tag Remy Tim in it once this is finished and I post it to Instagram. Maybe he'll get a kick out of it. I'll tag Brandon Cutler too.
Why Brandon Cutler?
He's into D&D. Maybe he'll use.
Oh.
He's doing that one shot, right? If somebody picks him.
Yes. I need to do that later.
Yes, you do.
You need to do that. They'll be more likely to pick you.
Because I am a pretty girl.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, what? It's ridiculous.
Use the marketing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think this was a very good choice for color.
Yeah, I'm sorry it's gonna take a little longer with that brush.
No, it's worth it though. This is looking pretty.
It's also kind of an interesting practice for doing Saurus.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, getting some, like, this is gonna give me some nice practice for like working on lizard men if I ever do any of those in the future. What was the new thing that GW released or announced recently?
Giants?
That's right, the Giants. I wonder what those are going to be.
I mean, they're going to be Age of Sigmar Knights.
No, they will. They will be Age of Sigmar Knights, which is going to be very, very cool. I'm just more like, I really don't know how I feel about the cow with the mountains on its back, and I'm hoping that the Giants are going to be more like the ogres, like that style.
I'm hoping they're going to be, more like the old-fashioned. The problem is in fantasy... Oh god, yeah, Jesse brought the giant cow things.
God, yeah, no, the cow things are terrible. Like, okay, they're not terrible. I think the miniatures themselves are actually. No. I'm not being down on it or anything. I think I don't like it as a thing associated with elves. I think the miniature itself is lovely. I actually think it's a very cool, like, design. I just don't get. I just don't associate elves with, like, earth magic very much.
Point. They're go with something different.
I get that they're trying to go with something different. I disagree that it's the correct thing to go with.
I do agree with Jesse. The Hammer Elves are a cool approach to that.
No, and I agree. I think the Hammer Elves are very interesting. I just don't...
They're just dwarf elves.
Yeah, it's just, it feels way more dwarf than I want it to be, and I don't know, it's too dwarf. I just don't like it. I was okay with the weird sea elves. I don't know how I feel about the mountain elves. And
Are you
to
racist
that
against mountain elves?
No, I'm not. I'm not. I am not against mountain elves. I just don't know if I like that particular aesthetic.
Have you ever even met a mountain elf?
No, I've never met a mountain elf.
So you're like passing judgment on them as a people just because you like don't like their cultural like headdress?
Yeah, I'm a jerk.
God.
I'm a jerk. I don't like mountain elves. I'm a jerk.
And no, she doesn't like white lions, Jesse.
No, white lions are great. They're kind of garbage in Total War Warhammer 2. Don't use them. But like they themselves, they're lovely. Also, they're large cats, and that's on theme with what we're watching on Netflix right now, so it's fine.
Jesse's weaving.
Well, Jesse is a weeb. You're a weeb. I'm a weeb. We're all weebs here. That's not true. Some of you in chat, I'm pretty sure, are not weebs. But you know what? It's fine. It's okay to be a weeb here. Those are some of my bestest peoples. Gamers and weebs.
That's looking nice.
Yeah, it's interesting. She says that she doesn't know how she actually feels about it, but she's going to keep going on with it because we've already started.
I am really going to encourage you to get this to completion. Probably double coat the purple.
I'm going to. I think I'm going to have to double coat the purple. I'm also going to play around with I'm going to use this other lighter purple as well and give it some additional.
Before you do the lighter purple,
yes,
do the wash, because I have a feeling that top with the purple, then the wash you're talking, will actually pop really well.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe doing.
This is going to be one of those ones that just
It's going to take some time. It's going to take some layering.
It's weird until you finish.
Yeah.
It's fungus.
Dude, that's how most of my miniatures. Every time I'm like, oh, this looks weird until it's done. And then it still looks weird to me, and I sit there and I'm like, I'm never satisfied with it until I look at it later from a different angle, and then I'm like, okay, maybe it's alright. It's me with every single miniature I've ever painted. But you just gotta keep pushing forward, otherwise you'll never get stuff done, and I want to get some stuff actually done. It's going to be washed with, let me see. So I think the top portion, at least, is going to be washed with Carroburg Crimson, which is this nice sort of reddish violet color. I think it'll blend nicely with these two color tones and mesh them together well. So that's what that's going to be. Sorry, talking for 2 hours consistently is really difficult. I don't know how people do this for ever at a time.
Imagine what it was like when I used to record for 5 hours a day.
I know, right?
I'd get a headache.
Well, that's true. I mean, recording, the thing is though, is it's a little different when we're recording batch, episodes of the stuff for YouTube. This is live, so this isn't me being able to take I guess I could take a 20-minute break or something, or not a 20-minute. I could take a 5-minute break or something, but
you wouldn't let me make a splash screen.
It's not that I wouldn't let you. I just didn't think that we had time, and I didn't want you to stress about it. Maybe we'll make a splash screen for next time, and we'll that way I can take a break or something and put something up so people aren't just staring at nothing or whatever is in my background.
After you finish that layer, you take a bathroom break.
But after this layer, so how many people do we have in chat right now?
Let me check.
Because originally I was planning on going until about 8 o'clock. Like,
13?
oh, there's 13 people. That's so awesome. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope I haven't been too, like, dull or annoying with all of my wrestling talk. And that this has actually been interesting for you, as I've used, like, a grand total of maybe 4 colors. And half the time have just sat there talking to the camera rather than actually doing anything on screen.
That's called Twitch.
I don't know. I don't watch that much Twitch, actually.
You know it is.
I know it is.
You've seen Dodger.
I have. I've seen other people stream before, and I know that it ends up being a lot of just talking at the screen and everything. I don't know. I worry people are going to find that dull.
I'm just waiting for that one section to finally get purple.
What, you mean this side?
Yes.
Okay, we're not going to do that section.
Oh.
There we go. Here. We'll finally put some purple on this one section that's been left open. It'll probably honestly make me feel better about it.
Okay, in all seriousness, no, it does look. If you just showed me that,
Uh-huh.
I would think it was supposed to be a piece of dino flesh.
That's cool. I could see that. Like, how does it look for you guys on in the chat? Like, is the purple, like, is the orange still popping through enough?
God, it really is.
Okay, cool.
Like, it's getting more of a lava look over here, honestly.
I also feel like it's getting a little bit of a lava look, and I kind of like it. Like, it's definitely a danger. Like, you don't want to mess with this queen.
Yeah,
She's gonna.
ended up more purple than I was expecting.
Oh, I was.
In a good way.
That's fair. Yeah, I like the sort of brushy, like, because of the dry brush, and because it's not super consistently the same color purple and everything.
Thank you.
Or what?
Billy.
Oh. You were just wanting me to...
I've just been like, come on, do it. Finish it. Satisfaction.
Satisfaction.
Hopefully get your orange though.
Well, I'm actually not super concerned with that, because I am going to do...
It's like I've never watched the Bob Ross stream, but you're actually here.
That's true. I am, in fact, here.
Terrible. That looks really good, though.
Good. I am glad that...
It did hit a point where it went from like, to like, oh wait, that looks cool.
Dude, that's how every paint... Like, if you're ever painting, and you're not super confident with, like, your ability, or you're relatively new to the hobby, or you're just, you know, a seasoned vet, and you're, you know, in a slump or something like that, just keep pushing. And even if it's something that you don't end up super loving, usually if you just keep working with it and take your time and, like, step away if you need to, and then come back to it, you can usually make something pretty cool. Like, this wasn't looking super great, but I agree. It's a lot more interesting now. I think it's going to, like, when I layer other colors and do more dry brushing, I think, like, her with, let me see.
She's odd looking.
She is. But, like, I think it's going to end up looking kind of cool, because I'm going to use, I think what I'm going to do for her body.
She needs some like bright
So,
tones.
Some bright what tones?
Warm
Warm
tones.
tones?
That turquoise.
Well, so we have a, can you hand me that thing right there? Happy little spores, indeed. So what I'm thinking possibly is using skink blue as a dry brush over her to brighten it back up and give it a really nice. And this is also dry, so it's designed to be dry brushed on. It'll sit a little bit differently than the purple is going on flat. So that's what I'm thinking for that, but we'll see. And then I'll probably wash the blue tone for her in Agdrath's Earthshade, possibly. We don't have the blue shade, do we?
No.
Okay. Because there's a blue shade that Citadel makes,
You
but
can make one.
I probably could. Yeah, we probably could put enough contrast medium into it, thin it down enough.
Oh, yeah, there's a vial plume vibe.
Oh, a little bit, yeah. I like it. I always liked Vioplume. Oddish was so cute. So what are you guys thinking? Are you wanting to keep going past 8 o'clock and go until 9, or are you guys feeling like 8 is a good stopping point? Let the chat sort of, since we've got a fair number of people in chat and everything who've been sticking around with us this whole time, see how they're feeling. Do they want to keep going? I think I could. I think I can keep going until 9, but that would definitely be when I call it. But I also... Oh my god, we just keep getting more people. It's pretty cool. No, I'm happy. Happy with the turnout. Hopefully you guys have been having fun.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
We also talk about what you're playing.
That is true. So one of the things that I am thinking about doing next week for the channel for Hobby Night, because I think next week I'll do another painting video. I'm thinking of either doing, I opened the Rothborn's Man Trapper set a while back, like last week I think it was, for the channel and everything. So I might paint some of the goblins from that, because I think that'd be fun. And I haven't done anything that is like primarily green, because I'm actually trying to like make sure that I'm using different colors so that each time I do a painting video, and you guys can let me know if you think that might be a good idea, or if you think it doesn't really matter. But I figured it might be a good idea to try to vary my color palettes each time I do a painting video, just to keep it interesting, and so that the thumbnails don't end up all being too similar, because I keep using, consistent color palettes, because I do have colors that I like more than others. I'm starting a second layer on this purple, and it's really continuing to do a really good job. Yes, I have eaten dinner. I ate dinner before this, although it was just soup, so I'm a little hungry. But that is my fault, not anyone else's fault. But no, I am good. I think I can go till 9 if you guys want to keep going. If you are not too bored by me rambling and trying to stay focused and everything. I do appreciate everybody who has been talking in chat, and that's always super helpful for our streamers. Gives us somebody to talk to and something to talk about when we start running out of things. Oh yeah, no, this is looking really cool. I am more and more pleased the longer I continue to dry brush. And I think the orange is popping through still just enough, and with like going back in and layering it a little bit more, I think it's definitely gonna really, really work well. So I want to darken that area a little bit more. Okay, well, if I'm gonna keep going until 9, what I am gonna do is I'm gonna step aside for a second and just take a quick bathroom break. I will be back momentarily. I will leave this in the center. Have fun. Oh, it was my pleasure. I am always happy to keep this going. I definitely want the community to still feel like we're there for them, because we definitely are. And I think it's fun. Like, I enjoy painting. It's been keeping me preoccupied while this has been going on. I figure it can help entertain some other people, so we'll definitely keep it going. I don't know if it'll be me streaming next week or if it'll be Paul streaming next week. But either way, we should have it keep going each Tuesday. But like I said, I'll be right back. I'm going to just step aside for a moment and stretch and move around a little bit, and I'll be right back.